So, this whole Shiratori business, let's start right there. This lady is out here with a cigar cutter. Yes, a literal cigar cutter. And she's not cutting cigars. She's got her sights set on every poor bastard with a Johnny. She's straight up harvesting decks like it's some sick craft project or a twisted Pokemon game where she's got to catch 'em all, one severed Johnny at a time. And it's not even subtle. She's got the blood, the bodies, and a method so grotesque that Hannibal Lecter would look at her and go, maybe take a break. Like, come on. She's a CEO of a fashion company. What are severed Johnnies this season's runway accessory? If there's a Gucci Shiratori collab with dick themed handbags, I'm bailing. And who's at the center of this carnal carnival of terror? Oosugi. Poor, hopeless, absolutely cursed Oosugi. One day he's just a regular dude doing his thing, then wham! He's been dragged into this nightmare with his pants literally off, stripped of his dignity, tossed around like a human piñata in Shiratori's psycho playhouse. I mean, how does one even recover from that? This guy probably thought his biggest problem was dating or maybe a crappy job, but oh no. Now he's got to worry about his dick getting snipped off by a cigar cutter wielding psycho in Prada. Then we have the whole tie color detail. Red tie, green tie. You think it's Usugi, and then bam, it's like some other rando, or is it? And the production's just screwing with us. Are they doing it on purpose? Have they gone Shyamalan twist mode where everyone could be anyone? There's someone standing with an umbrella, someone else who's naked, another guy who might be dead, but maybe not. Like the show's putting out so many red herrings, it's turning into a full-blown sushi buffet. And we're just supposed to keep up like, oh yeah, sure, this is logical, no problem here. Now let's talk about this Johnny obsession, because holy hell, the show is working that angle like it's on a mission. Johnny this, Johnny that. I've got news for you, show. We get it. We're well aware that our boy Akira has ducks on the brain, but does every plotline really need to spiral back to the damn Johnnies? And Akira's just walking around, cool as a cucumber, piecing together the mystery like it's all in a day's work, when this whole fiasco with Shiratori's side hustle could be on the Discovery Channel under some Most Dangerous Psychos docu-series. And we're just supposed to pretend it's normal that this psycho Barbie is out here adding to her Johnny collection for some kind of twisted statement about male power dynamics or whatever the hell she's on about. But no, plot twist, she's also trying to save Japan. Is that the sales pitch here? Hand over the Johnnies for the betterment of society. What kind of brain-breaking Freud meets Tarantino fever dream logic is that? And meanwhile, Akira's supposed to be out here as the hero, right? The supposed savior of Japan, the guy with all the right answers. Guess what, Akira? Good luck saving a single fucking konbini, let alone a whole country, with your memories wiped and 20,000 misfit NEETs at your disposal. Because, surprise, these aren't the sleek tech wizards you see on the cover of Wired magazine. These NEETs are like the rejected characters from every awkward, loser-driven high school comedy in existence. And their big claim to fame? A damn image recognition app. Look, I get it. It's impressive, it scans, it categorizes, whatever. But we're supposed to believe that this shiny app is going to turn Japan around? Like, oh yeah, we're just going to save an entire society with an app for identifying street trash and obscure objects. Sure thing. Who wrote this? The ghost of a Silicon Valley intern? Now, about Saki and the Eden of the East crew. Let's talk about the so-called recycling club. They were supposed to be doing their part for society, turning cardboard and plastic into whatever the hell. But then one of them accidentally stumbles onto this god-tier image recognition software, which, let's be honest, is way out of their league. So what do? They sit around like, this could be revolutionary, but nah, we're just going to use it to catalog random junk and call it a day. Are we sure these people aren't brainwashed? It's like they've got the potential to turn their club into the Google of garbage. But nope, they're still out there picking up bottle caps like it's a spiritual mission. And then Saki shows up with some actual creativity and ambition. And suddenly Hirasawa, the club leader, is all, oh, she's the one with the vision. Like, dude, it took you this long to realize you needed a vision beyond being king of the trash heap? Come on. These people are the NEETs that society threw in the basement for a reason. and now they're supposed to be the country's new hope. Yeah, that's a stable plan. And now Akira's funding them. Akira, who's about as stable as a three-legged chair, is throwing money at the Eden Project as thinking it's going to turn these NEETs into the Avengers of social reform. And let's not forget that wild apple imagery. The ED opens with this apple, probably thinking it's pulling some deep symbolic move like, look at me, I'm the key to everything. As if this is the Garden of Eden and Akira's about to get spiritually enlightened just by biting into that damn fruit. Or maybe it's saying that this whole show is one massive setup for Akira to become the messiah of a new Japan. But hey, the guy's over here forgetting what he had for breakfast last week, so I'm not exactly banking on this divine awakening happening anytime soon. At this point, Akira's more likely to trip over his own shoelaces than to deliver Japan to some utopian ideal. Then there's Juiz, the mysterious assistant, voice in the sky, whatever the hell she is. Some kind of omniscient voice that usually gives Akira the generic, please continue to be a messiah line. But when it's Shiratori on the line, she's like, yeah, girl, go on and save Japan by collecting some ducks. That's totally messiah behavior. I mean, is Juiz a damn bot? Or is she secretly some deranged voyeur who's sitting there like, oh, finally Shiratori's going for the Johnnies again? This ought to be good. The favoritism is so real, I can't decide if Juiz is a rogue AI, a bored office worker, or some kind of BDSM club enthusiast who found herself with the wrong job assignment. Either way, she's hyping up the carnage way too much for something that's supposedly saving society. And back to the NEETs. The show keeps bringing them up like they're Japan's greatest existential crisis. But then it throws in random stuff like 20,000 of these folks somehow being swept off to Dubai like some kind of mass field trip of the disenfranchised. I mean, Dubai. Who paid for that and for what? How does that relate to anything? Were they there to be radicalized into super neats or to get some kind of twisted cultural enrichment? And now they're back, and Akira, with his Swiss cheese memory, is supposed to be their ringleader in this half baked plot to turn Japan into paradise. This is why, if memory erasure tech ever becomes real, someone needs to go back in time and erase the entire premise of this plotline. So now we've got the Eden program, Juiz, Shiratori's Johnny harvesting, a side of plastic recycling, and Akira trying to fund the whole operation on his moral high horse that's somehow built out of mental quicksand. If there's a message here about society, about humanity, about what it means to make the world a better place, it's buried so far under penis obsession, murder plots, and random save Japan fantasies that the only lesson I'm getting here is don't join weird college clubs and don't trust people named after biblical locations.